Yeah, what is PEX, right? Yeah, so I mean, I didn't know too much about PEX. I wasn't really, because it's plastic and it's not copper, and because I've always had copper, I was very rigid in my attitude about going to something new, and I think that just comes with you get comfortable with what you know and what you have, and you really don't want to take any chances, right, with something different, something new. Having had the experience of seeing PEX and having the techs install PEX, and seeing the ease with, I can't imagine what it might have been like if we went with copper and we had to sweat every fitting in here, ease of use. But from an end standpoint use, I think this line in particular is one that I've mentioned, which is one that goes to the cold side of the house and it's feeding a kitchen sink up there. The problem with this particular section of the house is there's no heat down here, and on a January night, it can get really cold. PEX, I guess, has the ability to expand and contract and change its composition so that if water were to expand slightly and get cold and start to want to freeze, PEX can expand with it and then contract when it comes back. Although I don't know, I'm not a professional, I don't know too much about that stuff. In a nutshell, I think that's what the deal is, and I've heard that's one of the big advantages of PEX. But as far as flexibility and ease of use, and I think cost, from a cost of PEX versus copper type approach, again, I cannot imagine the flexibility that you have. You know, if you get a copper pipe, you're not going to bend it like this, right? You're going to put an elbow in, you're going to make a turn, you're going to solder it. This stuff, you just put it in the clamp, you turn it, you crimp it on the end, you're good to go. I mean, it's just ease of use. It just seems so much, and the color coding's pretty cool too, right? Which line do you think is hot and cold? We know blue's going to be cold and red's going to be hot, so that's pretty cool too. So I've become a recent fan of PEX, as it turns out. And copper I don't miss. And copper's way more expensive too. I mean, everybody knows how expensive copper is. So this stuff is more cost effective. Yeah, definitely more cost effective. And ease of, look, we're in an existing structure, right? And even if you were in finished space and you wanted to replace your lines, I'm sure these techs with the Addarios could come in and just feed this PEX right up to your second floor. If they were doing a new bathroom install, you want to run new lines down to the basement, you want to try that with copper, go ahead, but that's going to be a beast. This stuff, you can feed it right up there. And I know too that we might want to change some of these lines that are roughed in for the second and third floor. And I know it's probably not going to be that big a deal if we want to do that because it's PEX. So the adaptation we're making is plumbing, heating, you know, the systems that are part of the household, right? And upgrading those systems and bringing our lovely 1915 house into the 21st century for many more years of happiness, which we're looking forward to.